Hello Libra, this is your September 1st to September 15th, 2016 read. For the main card reading, main part of the card reading, I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie Pumunla. And for the advice cards, I'm using the Romance Angels Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Decks have been pre-shuffled, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so this is Virgo time frame. And actually, this is kind of... No, I think we're going to leave you out. See if I come back to you in a minute. When we start into this time frame for you, we got a lot of interesting things going on. Your crowning card is wonderful. It's the Ace of Swords. Beginnings. Aces are always beginnings, of course. Swords are communication. So I feel like there's a lot of talking going on, a lot of good talking, a lot of things moving around. I feel like it's more social, but there may be one squawky goose in the bunch. I'm getting a lot of butterflies here too, and butterflies are change, but these are small, little small changes. So I almost feel like this is a time where you're kind of honing some things, maybe planning some things for the future, tweaking small adjustments. Of course, an ace is a beginning. Let's go forward and see where how this kind of adds in, because a lot of times as we go forward with the reading, it melds in a lot better. When we start the September 1st of this time frame, we got Temperance reversed, which means I feel like there's a lot going on. In your case, I feel like this is a good card, even though it's upside down. I feel like it's a couple pieces of information coming together, the emotional, the intellect coming together, and I feel like you're ready. I feel like at this point, you're kind of ready to go forward, but the other person, this is the accompanying card for the environmental, the other person or other people you're working with are kind of evaluating the situation, wondering, is it time to pick this fruit, or could it go a little farther? So whatever the situation is, I feel like the people around you are kind of questioning, like, is it time, or should we just let it mature just a little bit more before we go forward? And there's some other cards here that make me wonder, especially like with the beginning and the communication. It could be a relationship, but I'm getting more business oriented. Definitely, you have to add this in to whatever feels right for you. With a general read, you always have to do that. Of course, for some of you, it could be, but I'm thinking more it's business. I'm feeling more business, more social, more accolades. For some of you who have children, I feel like it's social networking with other parents or some of the people like in the sports or extracurricular activities. I apologize, I can't talk well today. Extracurricular activities, the people involved in those. I feel like there's a lot of social networking going on, and there's some pieces that you're ready to move forward. And but you're kind of subject to what the majority wants, and I feel like the majority is still like weighing the pros and cons. Not whether or not to go forward, but like, is it time to do it now, or should we wait a little more? The next card after that for the environmental is the Two of Cups, which I'm getting like a social event. Like, I'm getting a social event going on that you should be attending if you're not, or you may be considering attending. I'm getting more of a social event in this sense. That's why I'm really feeling it's more business or some type of, so it's a social thing. It's definitely a social thing where it's an event you wanna or you should attend. Of course, with the Two of Cups, you can see that there's two people there, and it looks like the lovers and all other good stuff. But I'm really getting a social event here going on around you. And just to give you a little better idea of what's happening, above the social event is the Ten of Wands, which is action, which it makes me feel like it's like a party, or it's some type of social event, definitely, and I feel like you're involved in it. either you're a supporting part or you have something to do with making it work out right. I feel like you're a pillar that makes the event work. You're part of it. So for example, if you do have kids and there's some type of social or some type of like extracurricular activity they're a part of, I feel like you're taking piece of that and you're either directing or planning or helping it work out, getting certain things done, things like that. I feel like you're a pillar of that. Like I'm getting like you're a pillar, like you're a piece of the action. You're making it happen, and it's a social event that you're going to be a part of. Like, and I really feel like you should be. What's interesting is I feel like the way that the majority of the situation is going, it's definitely something you have to work with others, and I feel like you work well with others, yet if it doesn't all go your way, I feel like you take what you can from it. I'm getting like there's a lot of back and forth, there's a lot of different factors. Excuse me. Let me get the advice cards out here because it's very interesting because I feel like you've got a lot going on. Okay. Eight of Cups. This one, because I don't feel like there's a lot of upset. I feel like there's some benefit you're taking from it. And again, I really don't think this is a partnership in a romantic sense, but I do feel like you're extremely invested in it. And when I see this mermaid taking one cup and like taking it to the bottom so she can hide it for herself, I feel like it's just that. It's like finding the gift in the situation, even though everything didn't go your way. I feel like that's what this is saying. Like everything didn't go your way, but you're finding what did. And you're planning ahead and you're keeping that for yourself, or for example, if you have a kid, you're making sure that works out for your kid. But you're taking what you can salvage from it and you're using it to its best ability. I really don't feel like it's knocking things over or like walking away from things that didn't work and just taking what you can. I feel like you're finding the positive in it and you're keeping it and you're using it. That's what I'm getting from this. The next card after that is the Nine of Cups. It's reversed. And I feel like it's I feel like it's the same cup moving over here. And even though it's upside down, I kind of feel like it's a cup. Clearly it's a cup. But the way it seems to me, it's more like a bottle. And it's something you're saving. Like something happens at this event. You get some information, or like either some information or some type of opportunity comes from it, and you're keeping it to yourself, and you're kind of keeping it to the side. It's like I'm feeling like this is like you taking this, whatever this opportunity is, you kind of keep it for yourself, or if you have a kid, if it's for one of your kids, you're just kind of keeping it to the side and you're holding it there. Either you met someone or you found out some information on a possibility coming forward that you want to capitalize on or go forward with, and you're kind of just keeping it to yourself. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a smart thing, but that's, I feel like, what happens here. This came up, like I said, this is a social event. I'm really feeling this as a social event. I feel like this card is a double meaning. One, the social event, like, either it happens quite quickly, which I'm kind of getting, like, less than a week. Like you find out, or you plan this event within less than a week. I feel like it's very quick. This event comes to fruition really quick, and I also feel like the benefits you get from it, you also get to pay off on, or like you start planning or using these things very soon, or you get things in your mind. Even if it's not something you're going to do right away, I feel like you start planning and things start going forward very soon. Like this event happens quick. I feel like right now, for the most part, you may not be aware of what the event is. You may, but for the most part, you don't. I feel like the event comes within, like it's like from planning to happening is less than a week. Like I don't know if somebody's retiring or if some type of opportunity presents itself and everybody just wants to get together on the weekend, or just it just popped up out of the blue, we need to get this done, that type of thing. I don't feel like there's a lot of planning time, and it just needs to happen quick, which might be kind of why the temperance is reversed as well, because it just doesn't seem like there's time to be patient. We're coming back to the temperance only because also, for advice cards, this came up, free yourself, which I feel like the more I'm feeling this card and the very soon in the social event, I feel like you don't have the luxury of time. I feel like that's more, because it's not a bad, I don't feel like a bad feeling with this. I just feel like you don't have the luxury of time to really plan things out like you might normally or you might want to. Free yourself makes me think, just make the best of it. Don't get too caught up in the details. Just enjoy what does come. Because I do feel like an opportunity or something, like accolades comes through a lot. Like some type of like grant or something. You learn of something at this event. And I feel like you keep it to yourself. And you kind of hold it to the side and you're waiting to use it when appropriate. I really don't think it's a bad thing. I just feel like it's something best kept to yourself. And it's a good thing. I'm going to get one more card just because I feel it's a good situation. It's safe for you to love comes up too. Which means it's definitely a good thing going on here. I feel like you're protected. I feel like the information you gain or whatever the opportunity it is, I feel like it's purposely given to you. The communication, there's a lot of communication here, and I feel like keeping it to yourself, though, I feel like keeping it to yourself isn't a bad thing. But I also feel like even if whatever it is you're keeping to yourself, other people learn about, I feel like it's still meant for you. So I feel like whatever the situation is or information you learn that you feel you need to keep to yourself, I feel like it still works out in your favor even if you don't. I feel, yeah. I also feel like the way that things are rushed, I feel like it's kind of aggravating. And this is more of like going into the time frame. I feel like you might have to take a little more control, or you might just have to give a little more support than you're used to the situation. I also feel like the people that are like kind of looking at it, because almost like the situation as it comes forward, it's within less than a week, and other people may be questioning, well, is that enough time to do this? You know, can we do this? Should we do this? I feel like it's going to work out. This card is kind of interesting, because I feel like the more that I feel the energy of this card, it's more of the people around you, and I feel like there's a lot of stress, and people are wondering if less than a week is enough to plan this event. I feel like it happens anyway. But I feel like that's where this is coming through. Like, it's safe to do this. It's going to work out. Everything is fine. The fact that it's less than a week to do this event isn't going to be a bad thing. I mean, it may not be picture perfect, but it's still going to be a good time worth having. This energy seems to be around the people around you, not so much for you, but to more explain, like, the hesitation and, like, should we do this or should we not do this? I feel like they're questioning, is it going to work out? Like, should we just, like, pass on by the whole situation and just have a little just acknowledgement, or do we want to actually make an event out of it? I do feel like it becomes an event, but this card is definitely to explain how they feel, and that's where that's connected. So I feel like in this time frame for September 1st to September 15th, where we're going is, I feel like a situation comes quickly, you help make it happen. It's a good thing, and you learn some information that helps you go forward. I also feel like you're keeping it to yourself, though. When you do realize what it is you got from it, I feel like you definitely keep it to yourself. You learn something at this event, and you're kind of holding it to the side and using it when necessary, whether it be for you or for someone you love. It's definitely a bit of information you're keeping to yourself. That's safe for you to love. I really feel like that's explaining the people around you. I feel like they're a little, like, questioning whether they want to go forward with the event at all, based on the short time frame, and it's safe to go forward with it. It's a good thing. Even if it's not picture perfect, it's a good event to have. Everybody will have a good time. It doesn't have to be perfect. So maybe that'll help you if you want to give that information or keep that in the back of your mind as this event comes forward and the question, should we do it or should we not? It doesn't have to be perfect to be worthwhile. That's the message there. All right, that is your September 1st to September 15th read. Any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those below. If you'd like a read from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.